This next activity is called Like, Hate, Knife Crime, and as you'll see from the video, I've taped out quite a large knife on the ground, and I guess that's to focus the group as much as possible on the subject that we're talking about. The questions are asked: what do you like about knife crime? What do you hate about knife crime? But actually the main reason I ask these questions is to create a discussion, open up a discussion around the risks of knife carrying, and actually why people might get involved in it and what they get from being involved in it. So I'm going to start this activity and I'm going to put you into pairs for this activity. Alright? So is it alright if you two work together?
Yes.
Is it alright if you two work together?
He's
Okay, so you three work together, is that
I'll
cool?
work like
No problem. And is it alright if you two work together?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it alright if you two work together? So basically what I'm saying here is I'm going to ask you two questions and you're going to discuss these questions in your pairs. Alright? So you've been put into pairs. I'm going to ask two questions, you're going to discuss the questions in your pairs. Once you have the answers to the questions, and you're only going to get 2.5 minutes to work out the answers, I'm going to then randomly pick people, pairs, in this room to feed back to me what their answers are. Okay? So first of all, the first question. What do you like about knife crime? Second question. Guys, listen up. Second question. Guys, listen up. Second question. What do you hate about knife crime? So what do you like about it and what do you hate about it? Now you have 2.5 minutes right now to have a discussion on what you like and hate about knife crime.
I know this. You might stab yourself. Yeah, they're dangerous. Make stab yourself. It could ruin people's lives. Yeah, ruin people's lives. What else? It might damage your family. I think I
don't like anything about it.
What I hate about it.
Jack.
There's Casey now.
One of the things that definitely needs to happen here, alright, because I've got a group now of verging on 20 people. And verging on 20 people, but you're all between the ages of 12 and maybe 14. So what I'm saying to you is, if I was 12 to 14, I'd be making a racket. Alright? Now what I'm saying to you just now is, this is important stuff we're talking about, and I'm going to ask to get some of your answers. So when people are speaking, what needs to happen, 100% needs to happen. The rest of you need to keep quiet and you need to listen to what's going on. I want you to tell us something you enjoy doing, yeah? And then I want you to tell us the answers to like and dislike about knife crime. Now it's the two of you, it's not just one of you.
Oh. Right, well, I like playing football and so does this gentleman.
Alright, cool. Cool.
And, well, we don't have a word about liking knives because it's just dangerous, that's it.
So there's nothing you like about it?
No, we don't like anything about knives.
Nothing at all?
No, we don't like it.
Okay.
And I don't like
Guys, you need to listen up.
What do you do? I don't like about knives is because they might ruin your life and disgrace your family. Ruin your family and that and ruin your life.
Okay.
And
Is there much knife crime in this area?
Well, when it used to be,
It used to be worse than it is now.
it's better.
It's better now. Okay, that's brilliant. Thanks for that. Brilliant for that.
It's better.
Can I just ask to switch over now to these guys over here? Guys, you need to listen up, please. Guys, you need to listen up. Girls, seriously, listen up, man. Go for it. What do you like doing?
I like going to swimming.
Swimming? Cool. So what do you like about knife crime?
I don't like anything about it.
Don't like anything about it at all? Alright, cool. What do you dislike about it?
What do you dislike about it?
People getting hurt.
The people getting hurt. Okay. And do you see a lot of knife crime around the place?
No.
Guys, can you tell me anything you like about knife crime?
Nothing.
Nothing about knife crime you like?
Well,
Anything about knife crime you guys like?
No.
No.
Well, they used to go home with the guilt.
And then the bad things are you can go home with the guilt. You're right, eh?
Yeah, and their family might attack you.
And their family might attack you.
I like football.
So I'm going to ask another, just a quick, I'm just going to ask another quick question just now, and I'm going to ask you to stand up in a wee second. Alright? For example, in this room we've got 12 to 14-year-olds, right? And for example, if one of your pals was stabbed on the street tomorrow night, just listen please guys.
Listen up.
If one of your pals was stabbed on the street tomorrow night, would you go and get revenge? So stand up if it's a yes, sit down if it's a no. Guys, okay, see this knife on the ground, everyone, yeah? Okay, when I step into this knife, right, I'm not me, okay? But when I step out of this knife, I am me. So my name's John Martin, I'm 38 years old, and I run a company called Encourage Training. I train people how to work with young people, right? That's what I do as a job. I enjoy lots of different types of sport. My favourite drink is Buckfast. Alright? Now listen up. When I step into this knife though, I'm not John Martin anymore. Right? I'm just someone else. But that's someone else that I am. I'm 14 years old. Do you understand? I'm 14 years old. When I step out, I'm John Martin. Jack, just listen up. Guys, you need to be silent. When I step out, I'm John Martin. When I step into this knife, I'm a 14-year-old. But I'm a 14-year-old who carries a knife. I'm also a 14-year-old that drinks alcohol. I'm also a 14-year-old that takes drugs and is involved in a gang. I'm going to ask you a quick question. Randomly shout out the answer. I don't want you all shouting at the same time, but randomly shout out the answer to me. What do I like about knife crime?
Because you get to stab people.
Because I get to stab people? What happens if I get to stab people? What do I get from it?
You get like, they're friends.
I get power. Yeah, that's good.
You're carrying about with it. Yeah, you're a hard man.
I think I'm a hard man. I think I'm a hard man. Anything else?
You would go to jail.
I would go to jail, but I'm not thinking about that. So tell me, that's power. I'm a hard man. What else do I get from carrying this knife and being involved? Adrenaline. Running about the streets with a knife, I get adrenaline. I'm an Ed. What else?
Yeah, you're smart.
I think I'm smart.
If you didn't manage to dead you.
Sorry, Oligo, what'd you say?
Get on the lashes like cool.
I think I'm cool. I think I'm cool, and people might think I'm cool.
You're terrible.
Anything else, Jack?
Get on the lashes to like you.
Lasses like me, exactly, fancy me, because I'm the man. I'm the man. Is that right?
You think you're the man.
I think I'm the man. Anything else that I get from being involved in this knife crime?
You want to help people.
I like to hurt people.
Not once.
Anything else?
Once you did like the first time.
Once you do it the first time, you might do it again. People are scared of you. I can walk about the street wherever I want to walk about the street. Okay, just quickly, guys. Jack, you need to listen. Guys, just listen up. So as John Martin, I step out of the knife. I personally don't like anything about knife crime. Now, some of the things that someone over here said, when being involved in knife crime, you get power. People like you. You get adrenaline. Can you tell me, as John Martin, how I get power, how I get people liking me, and how I get adrenaline?
Because you look like a nice man.
Thanks, Jack. Yeah, I look like a nice man. Anything else? So that gives me a bit of power. Yeah, it makes me feel good. Anything else? How do I get adrenaline?
What does adrenaline mean?
Buzz. Buzz. How do I get a buzz?
Oh, Get graduating that.
Get mad on Buckfast. That's one way of getting a buzz, yeah? Any other way of getting a buzz?
Drugs.
I don't take drugs. I don't take drugs.
Stoned.
I don't take drugs.
Oh, they did something good.
Doing something good. So, for example, I could go and play a football match, couldn't I?
Alright, I'll help a dog.
Help a dog. Yes, save a life.
Help the police officers.
Help the police officers. You're right.
Put out fires.
Put out fires.
Help your mum and
So
dad.
guys, just stop a wee second. Just stop a wee second. Let's round up this activity that I've just done. In this room right now, nobody can say anything that's good about knife crime. Now I personally have identified as a 14-year-old, there is a list of stuff that's good about it. And that's why people get involved in gangs.
You might be using that knife for protection.
You might be using a knife for protection.
You might save something.
You might use it to save somebody.
See how you guys try to take the shots.
Oh,
Some people like
Guys, listen up.
listening to me.
Go for it.
If you can't your gang, you might be the head of your gang, like somebody from Kelton, like Brigton, Barrowfield, and that. So what gang, like you might write mentions and everything on the walls and that, like sectarianism, not sectarianism. Like, I don't know what it's called, right, but ruining
Ruin the area. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah. So that will get you.
That's the word I'm
That will then get you involved in it. Is that right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Have you ever been chased by another gang?
Me?
Put your hands up if you've been chased by someone else in a different group. 1, 2,
Does
3.
it include
Does include if you chase someone in the street.
Put your hands up.
Okay, stop there a wee second. Let's stop there. Can I ask you just quickly, did you understand what that activity was about?
Yeah. Because Jack cut him with a ball.
Yeah, you did.
And it bust my ball.
Yeah? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to discuss likes and dislikes about knife crime. As you can see from the video and using the tape that's marked out on the ground, by me stepping in and outside the knife, it really gets the young people to reflect on their own behaviour and I guess their own how involved they are with it. Some of them are involved in it, some of them maybe aren't involved in it, but it does get them to reflect on it a wee bit more. I guess one of the other things that jumps out is actually it gets them to understand that by being involved in a gang and by being involved in knife crime, they do very much meet needs by being involved in this. And what I'm trying to show towards the end of the video is very much that how else can you meet these needs? What other things could you possibly do to meet these needs? And actually by discussing things like football and going to the cinema and hanging out with your mates in a different way, and also discussing possibly how long is it going to last? It's not going to last until you're 19, 20, 21, 22. The majority of young people actually only get involved in it for 2 or 3 years. So getting them to be aware of that and actually start to look at other things they can do.